Hi, I'm Monica Rainey, a GRPS parent to Tyler in the district at Ross. Most days, my children's teachers spend more waking hours with them than I do. I think that's probably true across the district. School starts, they're there for 7 hours a day, add in lunch. And so if someone is spending all that time educating, caring for, mentoring, supporting them, I want them to know they are incredibly valued. I want them to know what their school calendar looks like. I want to know what the school calendar looks like. It is hard to put an exact price tag on this, but I do know it is well above what they are being paid right now. Let's pay our teachers what they are worth and get the calendar done. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jessie. I have 2 children in the district, and I've been to facilities before, and sometimes I hear about how you want to hear good stories. So I will tell you some good stories. They're your teachers. I'll briefly tell you 2 brief ones. The school year started, my youngest is in 1st grade. She has the same teacher that my older daughter had in 1st grade. And it was such a blessing because I knew how great she's going to be, that it's going to be an excellent year. She's going to handle that, my daughter and her attitude, and it's going to be great. My older daughter has already twice come home and given me exciting stories and tried to teach me about what she's learned in school. She's learned they had a poet film that was submitted by her teacher, and then my daughter came home and read me poetry, and then also talked to me about how much she likes Alice Walker. She's also come and talked to me about her eye. These are your great stories. They're coming from your teachers. If you want more good stories, pay the people that are giving you your good stories. Now, though, for a little bit of what troubles me about this district. Besides the pay, we also don't have a calendar, and we feel like we are more and more we are losing. You don't have the trust of your staff, I don't think, and you don't have the trust of a lot of parents. We got a mailer this week about a proposal, and I don't think that it's for public education, they probably vote for it, but it's alarming how many people don't want to, but for a good reason, is that they don't think they're good stewards with this money. You need to start earning trust. You need to start by paying your teachers and by listening to us more. Thank you.
I formally object to the public being locked out of this meeting. This is a violation of Michigan Open Meetings Act, which requires to provide a space that can accommodate reasonably anticipated attendance. I demand this meeting be paused. We have a clear solution. Move to the nearest high school auditorium within the hour so all members of the public can attend. Let's reconvene this meeting in a space that respects our right to public access. Thank you.
Followed by Wendy Winston.
It's really hard to get up here and talk about anything after that. But I am here standing in support of the teachers union and also to thank you for supporting the International Day of Peace. I'm the board chair of the Institute for Adult Education. And we've been around for 45 years, and peace education has been one of our main programs throughout that time period, and I think right now more than ever we need more peace education in our schools and around the world in our country.
Followed by Kevin Mahar.
Hello, my name is Wendy Winston. Thank you so much for allowing everyone to speak tonight. I'm going to be talking about educator recruitment and retention. GRPS claims that they're committed to having qualified educators in every classroom. The truth is, we ended last school year with 116 vacant positions positions, 87 empty teaching spots, while sitting on record fund balances. How does having millions in the bank help students when they don't have certified educators in the classroom? And you've already heard the story about my colleagues who left my building this past year. It really puts a hole in our family, and our students shouldn't have to have a substitute teacher in their classroom at the beginning of the school year. And then I want to put in perspective, when we talk about compensation and compare it to other school districts, you might not be aware that GRPS teachers and educators work 188 days in a school year, compared to the KISD, which works 177 days, Northview, which works 176 days, Granville, which works 180 days, Forest Hills, which works 177 days, Sparta, which works 180 days, and Byron Center, which works 179 days. So we're being paid thousands, tens of thousands of dollars less, and we're working more than anyone else. Well, a lot of people. Thank you.
Mahar, followed by Denavia Monet.
You're still in violation.
Kevin Maher here. I just have a question. Why do we have to fight so hard to give our students what they deserve?
Right.
How many hours have we spent negotiating on a contract? And how much money has this district paid its lawyers to waste the time and come nowhere near it? The district is wasting money that could better serve our students. Teachers burn out and leave for higher pay. Give students what they deserve, pay teachers what they deserve.
Good evening. My name is Denavia Monet. I have one student in the district. I guess you know which student. I think unlike most people today, I didn't come out to advocate for teachers. I've been doing a bit of a listening session myself to gauge what's going on with other moms. I've learned that sometimes my best guidance comes from other women who have to navigate public school with a black or brown male student. And their wisdom has helped shape how I feel like I should advocate today. They told me with a black or brown young man, you don't choose based on the school, you choose based on the teacher. That certain teachers care enough to reach a black or brown male student, and it reinforces their relationship with knowledge and with learning. When I brought my son to GRPS in kindergarten, he had a phenomenal teacher. He loved going to school. He would be so mad when he was sick. He would be like, please, Mom, I gotta go to school, sneezing all over everything. And when he changed classrooms, at one point it was a completely different experience. He did not want to go to school. He told me every single day he didn't want to go. Well, I asked other parents about why they left GRPS, and it was because they were following the good teachers. And I realized, as a mom who believes in public education, I want my son to have a wonderful time in his classroom, and that is not possible if we can't attract the best teachers. I came out today because I think my son has an opportunity to have a quality education at GRPS, and primarily because I have relationships with a lot of you on the board that have led to me having a lot of faith in your competence as individuals. I believe you want what's best for Brandon. I don't know what you do because I don't come to a lot of these meetings, but I genuinely believe that a lot of you care about my baby. And so I came today to advocate for him and for other kids like him who need good teachers. I'm asking that we negotiate in good faith so that we can attract the best teachers and so that children like my son can have the best opportunity to learn. Thank you. Renee Taylor.
Still in violation.
Matt Marlowe.
Locked them out. Are you serious?
I can't wait to see this lawsuit unfold.
That's terrible. You should be in here.
Another lawsuit that you're gonna pay for. And waste the money.
Now, I want to apologize
apologize because we did keep in our policy that you would be first. And somehow you got lost in the shuffle, so I just want to apologize.
2 minutes or 1? Okay. Thank you, Dr. Roby, President of the board and distinguished members of the board. Today, you just see the great assembly of, people, being Americans. We definitely, we're gathering today peacefully, just to say, please listen and please consider what what we need, what we want. Essentially, we're here for the kids. We know that kids don't have, certified teachers in classrooms. There are a lot of certified teachers, but just not enough. So how do we circumvent that? How do we fix that situation? I've heard a lot of things where there's a national teacher shortage. There's nothing we can do, or we've tried all these things, and you can't stop trying. And I think what people are here today, if you listen to them, you'll hear what they have to say. There's been too many things. This is my second decade working in the district, and I've heard some things over and over again. A lot of the things were, we don't have any money, and then so we're on pay freezes. And then you hear again the next round, we don't have any money. Okay, so teachers, we go to silo structures for salary. We hear that, there's 212 vacancies. And then we say, well, isn't that saving any money? And then you hear, we're not budgeting for vacancies. You keep hearing things over and over again. You've just been through 3 years of ESSER funding. I mean, my question is, what's going on? I think the public wants to know what's going on. I know when we're at the table, there's a specific group, the negotiating team, that's the only people that can strictly hear and talk about it. And, we need to hear more. We need either someone on the board or more people from the public to see what's going on for that. So thank you for your time tonight.
This meeting is illegal.
Elizabeth Howard, followed by Caleb Moles.
Hi, my name is Bitsy Howard, thank you. I am here and I'm a teacher at Ottawa Hills High School. There is so much I want to say to you all, trust me there, but I will try to keep it short. This year we started a new phone policy in our building, and that meant that students' phones, bless you, were not allowed to be in the classroom. We did not want to see them. The expectation, they have it away so they can give their class and their teachers the respect that they deserve. My question, and this is perfect timing, Dr. Roby, while walking into this meeting in front of this crowd, you kept your head down and you stared at your phone. Why do you not give me the respect we demand out of our students? Why do you treat me like an individual that has values? That is my question. I know you can't answer, but please, board members that were also on their phone, consider that question, as that is our expectation for our scholars. Thank you.
Wait for Roby to get back! Wait till Roby to get back!
Where's she going?
Where's she going?
What's she running from?
Why is she running? She don't want to hear what we have to say?
We need order so we can move on with our meeting.
Is the superintendent excused from the meeting?
Maybe she just really has
The superintendent is not excused from the meeting.
Nobody excused her, so you can't continue the meeting.
Where's Roby? 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 Where's Roby?
You don't want to hear the truth. How much do you all get paid up there?
Do you have a motion to go for a break?
Come on.
I'll just call it. Let's take a 5-minute break.
It's not a break, it's a recess. I thought you knew meeting procedure. It's no recess. You don't take breaks, you take recesses. Learn how it works.
Second motion, and we didn't.
Robert's rules, guys! What is this? Robert's rules! The ones that are running away haven't been listening to begin with.
I don't know about you. All right, Kelly.
Where's the money? I can't catch you. We are too loud. We are scared of students.
This little kid's crying.
Hey, we are being way too loud. We are scaring the students we are trying to stand up for.
The students.
It is their school. And they are leaving because they are uncomfy. Relax.
Their generation's gonna have to learn.
Yeah. I just don't want other people to be scared. I'm not scared.
Do you need me to make
What's that?
Do you need me to make
To make a what? Pass out. Oh no, he's good. He's doing. I would say he's doing good. Mama.
The timing was insane.
I got that on live. I got that on live. Hello, my picture. Wasn't making enough. So we left because we always cared about it. We actually tried to get it back in, but he left. Wait, is that hate? I just want to make sure I can delete that. No, it's fine. Okay. I'm just making sure because I can delete it. Like, what's your Facebook channel? What? What's your Facebook channel? It's not your YouTube. Speak Out Grand Rapids. You want me to do it?
Please give Matt the floor, everyone.
Everybody, thanks for being here. Please, follow the forum. No clapping, loud noises, and gestures like that. I understand that you're here and you're passionate about what you do and what you support. But we do have to act civil. Thanks for everyone being peaceful this whole night. Just if you could just remain civil throughout. I know it's hard. Write it down if it's something that is bothering you, and you can always make public comment later. So, thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Roby went to check on the legalities because I wanted to confirm if we were doing something illegal. So she has something to share with all of us. Please turn your voices off so we can all hear. Thank you.
Please turn your phones off so we can hear you.
Thank you, Mr. Marlowe, for just those statements. Again,
understanding that this is very heated and people have passion and certainly that I'm not debating that. We are trying to certainly conduct a meeting that we have decorum and making sure that even in the place of listening to voices that we're following a process. And so as I left the room, it wasn't one because I was scared, that was not it. I was trying to get information to make sure that we are following processes. And so, again, as we are listening to our community, and I think it really is very important to listen to our community, there also has to be an expectation of allowing us to double check things. And so I just wanted to confirm, and what I'm going to just share just very quickly with everyone of what the Open Meetings Act is, and then also what we're going to do to make sure that we accommodate so that we are listening to voices. And so the size of the meeting room, school boards must make an effort to accommodate all the people who wish to attend the open meeting. When a larger group than anticipated wishes to attend a meeting, OMA does not require that a public body adjourn the meeting for a larger meeting room, but the public body should exercise reasonable efforts to accommodate interested members of the public, including reconvening the meeting to a larger room that's where practical. The public body has a duty to exercise sincere efforts to accommodate all people who attend the meeting. The same requirement applies when large groups organize knows in advance that they will attend a public meeting and a regular meeting place is insufficient to contain the number of persons wishing to attend the meeting. In this situation, the group is required to give advance notice to the board. The school board in turn must make sincere efforts to accommodate the number of people who may be reasonably expected to attend. And so what my suggestion to President Buchek has been is that I know that we have a space capacity. People can sit in the standing room only, and so it's also about safety of people who are here. So I want to make sure that people understand it is not to quell voice. It is not to make sure that people can't speak. It is to make sure that we are also considering the safety of the audience as well as the people who are here on the dais. And so my suggestion, because I know that some people were not able to get in, is that those cards that were collected after, that they are brought forward so that people are able to also share their comments. I cannot do anything about the space because again, we have a fire capacity, and I don't know what the exact room number is, but I know that based on what we're looking at, we are over that space. And so again, my ask in your, whatever the feelings that you are having, is that we do model a sense of grace, and again, people are listening. As hard as it may be, it really is not that we are against others. We want to listen and to hear the frustration, the anger, whatever that is, but also the expectation is the same respect that you're expected to give to me to listen, is not to attack people who are sitting here, because again, it was to make sure that we're following a process, not any other reason, and that was my reason for leaving the room. The second thing that I will say, related to when people are on their phone, you have no idea what they're doing. Sometimes it is just to verify, do we have information, or is this accurate? So it's not, no one is on their phone playing or being distracted. It's just to clarify, do we have the correct information so that we can make sure that we are giving people data that is accurate. And so I apologize if I offended people by being on my phone, but I was trying to get from our general counsel what the law was so that I can give appropriate information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where's the overflow room? That's required. Where is the overflow room?
She just read it.
Where's the overflow room, Dr. Roby?
Right, you just read that.
Don't lie about the law and then don't do it.
Right. You're still in violation.
You are violating the law!
Luckily, it's on video for the lawyers.
Why don't you come up first?
Okay.
And after that.
You can still reconvene in a bigger building.
following table.
You all knew this was coming.
Got this.
Posted everywhere.
Please be quiet so Caleb can speak. Thank you.
All right, good evening, Board, Dr. Roby. My name is Caleb Moles. You've heard a lot of people in the building talk about educators leaving the district for better paying districts. I was one of those individuals. I worked at Union High School for the past 2 years. I have nothing but excellent things to say about Union High School. Aaron Brucey, the full staff are doing amazing things. I mean, it honestly makes me sad to even think about leaving. It was such a great experience for me. Loved all the students, loved all the staff. However, thinking about myself, my family, I have a baby on the way in January. Comparing the horrendous pay that we have here in Grand Rapids compared to the rest of West Michigan, really, is the reason why I decided to begin to look for other jobs. Now, last year, I thought for a second maybe I won't have to, because we all talked about, the district talked about giving us a raise for the final year of our contract, but when I found out it was a measly 1.5% raise, which would have been like $680 for me, I was like, no, there's no way. And then, despite all of the pleas from us, there was no change at all. I decided to begin looking around. I ended up getting a job at West Ottawa High School. With moving me back to step one, so I'm back to step one, I still received about a $10,000 raise. Would have about $12,000 if I was at year 3. So, just kind of with that being said, I just kind of wanted to put a face to kind of a name that we've kind of heard around. I did not want to leave, but it felt like I have to. And if something does not change, I know I was not the first person to leave, and I definitely will not be the last. So, thank you for your time.
This is a student, right? Followed by another student, Josie. Grant?
Yeah, Grant.
Grant.
Woo!
What's your last name?
Yeah, that's you, Grant. That's you, Grant. Grant, that's you. That's you. Go.
Go ahead, bud. I'm sorry.
Hello, I've been up to the stand before, and I want to say some simple things, but they're so important. My mother is a GRPS teacher. She's been teaching for 3 years. It is difficult if we did not have my father, who's doing the different job. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the house. All my mom is able to do is groceries, and that is it, okay? In this economy, with the amount of inflation, with the way that the laws are changing and things like health insurance aren't covering as much, and the way that money is just worth less now due to things like tariffs. Not just, you guys were already extremely low paying for the state in the area. And when you don't give them raises, it's not just you're getting paid the same. Due to the way that the rest of the world shifts and moves, what was already bad becomes worse. Okay? My mother could not provide for my family without my she could not provide for me and my brother, okay? She could not let us live, okay? Just think about that. Think about the fact that if my father wasn't there, if he had left for some reason, I would be on the streets. Because there's just no way that in this economy, teachers can live. Thank you for your time.
So, I'm sorry, before you come up, I do want to make a point of order just to understand a little bit about, so I just asked, and I apologize, it is really hard to try to figure out the Open Meetings Act while there are hundreds of you, so please understand that as well. But, so I just wanna understand what the process is, if we are over capacity. And also, I also don't appreciate the outburst, the disrespect, so I need y'all to calm that down, please. But, what is the overflow? Is there overflow necessary or required? Or what other accommodations are we doing for the folks that are outside? I know that we do have a link to the broadcaster's YouTube stream. It is not publicly available, but is that something we could provide, or what?
Should be public.
I'm trying to have a conversation with my board folks. Yeah, and I'm trying to make sense of it too, and it's a lot when we're listening to, and I wanna give you all the time and the respect and the attention, but I also wanna understand this, so, okay.
I say I'm willing to stay. I don't have to be home by 9. I just have to be out of here by 9.
Right.
Are you sure? He's not gonna care. Just just text him and tell him I'm still going. Hey, is it because I want to hear? Sorry, they're trying to figure out what they're required to do for people that can't. If they can. Some people have left. I think they should left. Like, I'll be willing to stand up.
Tom, put on your big girl pants and take a mic.
Oh my God. Buddy,
that's one of the.
All of our issues thus far, we did not, like you said, anticipate that there would be this many people in advance. So I think based on a reasonable effort to accommodate, I think
That's a reasonable effort, and then that's why I think that the point of allowing those who had comment cards that were not able to get in, to me that is an appropriate opportunity again to, it's not to quell voice, it is also to make sure that we do hear voice from community. I want to say this room holds about 100, and we're talking about just chairs, about 160 people, and then just by looking around, we have probably another 50 folks, and so I imagine that we are out of compliance just with that. And so, again, it's not to quell voice, it is to make sure that we are also able to be safe. Mr. Connell, will you just talk a little bit about what the OMA is and what's the reasonable effort is? Because again, people may not like the answer, which is okay, but if there's not, I think that there's a perception that there's trying to do something that's untoward, and that's not accurate.
So I did send what I thought we should do. That said, yeah, we've done everything we can to make reasonable efforts to accommodate, but at this point, it's just a safety concern, as well as not permitting everybody to speak, which I think, in my personal opinion, we should reschedule.
The entire board meeting? To have everyone's voice be heard?
I'm curious how, if there are this number of individuals who would like to speak in the board meeting, how are they to communicate with this body to say, we're coming and we need more space?
If it's a group, the head of the group should inform the board how many people there are.
It was public information.
It
was public.
all over social media it was shared.
How many of you understand that, again, this is a business meeting, and so understanding that people may have communicated to individuals or whatever, or even communicated through social media, it has to.
Board members got emails too.
Meeting, and so, or an official mechanism so that you can appropriately comment.
Okay, I guess that's my question, what
Yeah,
is that
so-
mechanism?
because we have listened to, at this point, about 25-ish comments.
So, yeah, what I recommend
Quit
is
listening and do something.
keeping the comment cards we have, accepting any others that we may have missed, rescheduling, and then just pick it up where we left off.
Rescheduling public comment
Both
or
everything.
everything?
The entire meeting.
However, I know we've got some action items that need to take place, and I have an issue with tabling those action items because that is essential to some of the work that our staff needs to do. And given that we have to reschedule for a total of 10 people at minimum, we don't know how quickly that can be rescheduled. And so I do believe that it is important for us to hear voice, and I also believe it's important for us to take action on those action items as well.
I'm done with you listening, just give us a contract.
Getting sued either
Board
way.
members, do I have any other colleagues that would like?
Yeah, I was just gonna add quickly that people are already here and we do have other board business to do after public comment. So I would, rather than canceling the meeting that we're actively in and doing another one later this week, I would be for just adding an additional meeting or having a special meeting to address this topic so that the people who are here and have their cards in can still have this opportunity here today.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so how do you?
I mean, we have that additional comment cards for people that were added, so I recommend that we do the comment cards that, all the ones that we have, and then we finish our business for today, and if there's desire and a request to do an additional meeting, then we schedule an additional meeting.
At a bigger venue?
If that is-
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I think just to be
We
clear,
can't hear each other.
just to be clear, to my understanding of what was read, we would expect someone who was the organizer of the group, so maybe like the president of the GREA to say, hey, I'm expecting 500 people at this meeting, so then we can have a venue that has that many people, so I would expect that communication to still happen based on what was read.
Board members were emailed about it.
So point of clarification to your, what you're saying, Mr. Davis, are you saying to go forward with the meeting through the comment cards that we have currently as well as what our agenda items are, and then pick up and have another meeting later?
Yes.
So what would the other meeting later be about if we got the card, the comment card?
It would allow, hold on, please. Just let us have a conversation, please, thank you. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but, I'm not about to go into a back and forth, but, I think it would accommodate the folks that are outside, that have not had a chance to come in. I don't know what the number is, but I assume that also, I mean, we did get one or two cards that say, I wasn't let in, but here's a comment card anyway, so I don't know if they're gonna be able to speak. I think that's appropriate. I agree with Trustee Davis on that. I would be in support of that.
We also have, people here that are on our, agenda to present, like being, that, to me, it makes sense for us to continue with the meeting if possible. And I would be okay with talking that through, having a meeting that's just designated to even public comment and whatever is remaining on our agenda.
So is
There's only
that
6 outside.
That's because they gave up and left.
And so, wanting to make sure that people understand that there were people who were not allowed to, out initially, but everybody was allowed.
Oh, nobody was locked out of the building?
Everybody, I don't know initially, so I'm saying, because I'm that I know they were doing
How very for you.
and I think that is the distinction that
I feel like I did this one.
Like I said, I want to be on that.
Comment session specifically for those remaining comment cards that have not been addressed, that would allow us to
do the business and still actually make time exclusively for voice. So it's not a matter of we gotta handle no business or anything like that, it is just a convenience of us providing the opportunity for the remaining comment cards and anyone else that wants to come in that and make comments that don't hurt their feelings.
I guess my gut is telling me that we should continue with the comments for tonight because these people have been sitting here. And if we need to add an additional meeting, I know we do have a tentative work session next week. That's in addition anyway, so it should be on your calendar as like a save this in case. So, I mean, that's a possibility of adding just an extended public comment section in a bigger venue than proceeding with our work session. Maybe just a smaller agenda. That's kind of where I'm thinking.
I just want to point out that whatever we're doing right now is just a stopgap, but I would really like to add on to our work session even next week that we discuss again the live streaming and not just increasing accessibility. So those are two different conversations, and just so the public knows that I think the whole, can't speak for the whole board, I speak for many of us, I know when I say let's revisit that, in addition to figuring out what to do today, so that is a long-term solution as well.
And dig into maybe just making sure it's very clear to entities like the GREA what to do. I mean, yes, did I see on social media that this was going to be a big meeting? Yes, but in no way have we ever had a meeting with this many people in the 7 years that I've been on the board.
Yes, you have.
So we did not have a specific number ever sent to us, or even a estimated number. So I'd be open to discussion about that as well.
I just had a colleague, send me a message, and so I'm just wondering about the equity meeting and specifically there around NCL 15.263. And we had that book, and you could read it to see, again, if there is I don't know where our general counsel, I think based on what he said, is consistent with what our legal counsel suggested is consistent with what was sent to me. And so based on that, having heard the conversation and seeing that again, I think the most
Girl. Really quick, so I favor what Trustee Davis suggested, which is we just continue this meeting as planned with the intention of scheduling another meeting where we can hear these comments. And we do have next week a hearing on Saturday, so we're already anticipating a meeting. And perhaps we could add another issue that's sort of positive, so we could have a meeting after the meeting.
I'm having a really hard time hearing my colleague, and he's very close with the microphone.
Thank you. So yes, so we can continue as planned with this meeting, continuing to hear the public comment that we've already received, continue on with our business, and then next week, schedule another meeting after a set presentation where we can continue to hear any public comment that's needed.
Call the question.
I wanted to, in respect to the business of our meeting, if we could move that up and finish out public comment as long as that takes.
Yeah.
So with our presentation from being, we have a few action items, and I think that would take a short time, but getting out the public comments in and not feel rushed.
I think the only thing that would be missing with that, Ari, and I don't know if I'm understanding you correctly, is that some people laugh because.
No, not having a second. I agree with that.
Okay, so in addition.
In addition, getting our business out the way and then continuing with the public comment.
Them Dean boys can stay up late.
Okay. I just spoke with Thomas, you guys saw me go over there. And so again, I think if we would allow Thomas to speak, onto the matter, he did state that he gave us a recommendation. I think there's a little bit more to unpack for that, and so we should kind of listen to his legal counsel with regards to that. If you could share why
Like
your
I said
recommendation is
earlier,
what it is.
there are two big main concerns, the first being the potential violation of the home ed, and the second being safety violations required. Open meetings.
How are we violating, how did, continuing as such, how is that in violation of open meetings?
We're not being able to broadcast out into the lobby, they're not able to participate, we need to be able to participate in meetings.
Your interpretation is that we're currently in violation? Well, duh.
Duh.
That is not
I'm not disagreeing with that interpretation of it, but I'm not a lawyer and I just, yeah. So I'm just listening to his recommendations. Sorry for talking over it.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to gather all those people again.
Yeah.
I motion that we proceed with our meeting as planned, according to the agenda.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Cottle? Any opposed?
Aye.
Okay, let's take a vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
If something is triggered as illegal, I would add, if it is not illegal, we need to wrestle with that.
I can't vote unless I understand, because what I'm understanding, I'm looking at the Open Meetings Act. It says you do not have to provide for any number of citizens, you do have to make good faith effort to provide adequate space. So I'm just saying, I want to clarify whether we're interpreting that what we're doing is illegal or not before voting.
So, well, let me just say this, and this will be the final thing, because I don't want us to like just go on forever. But, so a potential Open Meetings Act violation, aside from what I had was a personal concern too, that a community member brought up about the potential violation of having just one public comment versus two, is also a potential Open Meetings Act violation that I brought up. And again, I don't know if it is, however, just those two things and the fact that folks, what was the third thing that Thomas Cottle brought up?
Safety.
The safety thing as well. That would give me pause and make me want to reconvene at a later date.
So,
With a
I
bigger
have
venue.
a quick question, because I hear that there's support to continue this meeting right now,
Yeah.
today.
Mhm.
Then are we willing to move to another venue to accommodate all of the people and continue this meeting today so that we are not in violation? We are trying to accommodate everyone.
Do it, just-
As board members who are willing to stay and continue, have that opportunity to do that as well.
Well,
We show our efforts to try to do it right. And that's important.
I think one of the caveats that was shared is that, an effort, and so that is how people are defining effort is subjective. So I want to make sure that, an effort is not lost, but what does that mean and how are we quantifying that?
An hour after.
And so, and I imagine at this point, at 8:30, if we move to a different venue, we will still lose some people. And so, and we've already lost some people understanding that. So we have a couple of different options. I think, again, if we continue to knowing that we have lost people, and we want to public comment so that we can get through our business and possibly open up another opportunity. Just specifically for public comment around this particular topic, because what I'm hearing, and I know this is always individual topics, but the gist of this is around negotiations.
Is there an exchange? I'm sharing with.
Can I go believe our reasonable accommodation was to go out and get comment cards from people that couldn't get in. And then also possibly adding an extra time just for this topic.
So we did have a split vote, so we'd have to do, all right, can I make it to you?
Can we repeat?
Yeah.
I'm also hearing that there weren't enough comment cards, so there may be more that we should have.
Okay. Can we, who made the motion? Ms. Boyd, go ahead.
My motion was to continue the meeting for the
That is something to consider. Yep. So, okay, do I have a second? Then support?
Do we know what fire code is for this room?
Yeah, where's?
There should be a
I feel like we literally just. What time is it? Where's Larry? 8:32. So have they just been debating whether to continue the meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn early and reconvene at a later date that accommodates more people.
We're not gonna get this many more people.
That is a violation.
No, made a motion already.
There's already a motion on the floor
Yeah, I made a motion because Trustee Williamson withdrew his motion. And my motion is to adjourn early, reconvene at a later date in a bigger venue to accommodate folks.
By early, do you mean now, trustee?
By earlier, I mean as soon as we are done with this vote and we can figure out our folks and all that after this. Yes. Yes, after the last student speakers. Yes.
So, if I'm clear, your motion is to continue with the rest of the students' public
No,
comment.
my motion is to continue to let that one student speak and adjourn the meeting after that last speaker and then reconvene at a later date.
Still breaks the law.
Do I have support?
Minority supported that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay?
Voting to break the law.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so that passes.
All right, Josie.
All right, Josie.
All right, Josie.
I think that teachers need more money because a lot of people from my school have quitted because they haven't been getting a lot of money, and they need more money because I don't really like that they're quitting, and I want my teachers back to my school that I know because they were super nice to me and they were super kind.
Oh.
And I wish they would come back, and I really do. My mom is a teacher, so, and I get to visit her class.
Board members, should we try to figure out meeting now?
Yeah, are we really?
All right, meeting adjourned.
What?
Yeah, you can. It's up to you. I'm gonna walk out with mine on.
I will. Yes.
I need ice cream.
Can you hold them? Because I'm live, so.
I cannot believe they just debated.
I'm not gonna. They just debated whether they should continue the meeting for like an hour in front of us.
Oh.
Stupid.
It's ready?
Ridiculous. Insane.
Let's go outside where it's cool.
Actual BS. Good job.
If you're coming last time, thank you.
Oh, girl, I'm definitely talking. Oh, Mama, you owe me $20 a treat. Okay. Wait, I want to say bye. Bixby. Bixby. Bixby.
I'm so proud of you.
Hi.
So proud of you. Well
they
done.
awesome?
Oh my gosh. I was like, that's Harper. I don't look at the stars.
Yeah, I didn't have a name card, but we had to
You keep that same pep in your step tomorrow
they
morning.
started call the next person.
Oh.
Just go up there. I'm like, you're a kid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you.